when we get scanning everything. So everything looks good here because we're just going to do a floor analysis. Okay. So hit your parameters again. And then one more thing we're going to do before we actually scan. So we're going to go to device. We're going to go to setup. So here we're just setting up our project.
Because we're in a new space.
Yep. So similar to what you guys did with the total station, except I'm not going to use any control points. I'm just going to point in a direction to kind of square it up. Okay. So we're going to allow it to do its little dance here, and then we're going to point the laser back that direction.
All right. It's doing this auto balancing again, right?
Yep. It's going through. It's auto leveling now, and it does its pre-calibration too.
You get to play with all the neat toys and whatnot for free.
When I first applied for this job, they were like, "Do you like to play with toys?" Good, this job's for you. All right, so
if you had like an entry level position, like how much are you guys paying and what kind of benefits?
So we get insurance, 401k, all that. Entry level, they just hired a guy in the services a couple months ago. I don't know what he's making, probably $20 an hour, maybe $18-20 an hour. He'll be servicing and supporting the instruments. So
servicing that, okay.
Yep. All right, so we're gonna go here, and this is our driver, similar to the total station that you guys use. So you're just gonna hold your finger there, and let me see this light is. Oh, it's right here. So you see the red light?
Yep.
I just want to point it straight back there against the one of the boards back there. So just straight back at where that door is, right next to it.
Do I use this?
So use that, put your finger on it, push it up, it'll start rotating. So go down, we'll go that direction. The further you push it down, the faster it'll go.
Look at that.
See that beam of light? Right, yep, not too far, so go back up.
Got a little finger happy there.
Yeah. It's all good, right there. Come on, and we'll put it straight back. Maybe this a little bit further. Yep. Perfect, right there. That's perfect. All right, so now you're just gonna hit set. We're just setting that as our project north direction. Okay. So now we want to do one more thing. We want to go to scan, and one thing we got to do first, and I meant to do this. Okay, it's on. I don't know why it's. I'm not scan. I'm sorry. Device and reference elevation. So we're gonna set a 0 plane to work with on this floor. Okay. So this will be similar to a benchmark out on a job site, where they set an elevation on a benchmark somewhere. Okay. So you're going to use the same little driver
to go down.
Yep, and you're going to go down just somewhere out in front of the scan. So click it one time. There you go. No, so go use this one here. Yep. So just come somewhere in front of the scanner. Perfect, right there.
Oh wow, look at that.
That's crazy.
All right, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna say we're gonna pretend that there's a benchmark right there, mark, and somebody took a total station and said this is 0, and we're gonna set that 0 elevation. So you can see here we don't have to change it. It's already set at 0. So now we're just gonna hit measure.
Makes sense.
Okay. It's gonna do a little dance again before it comes back and takes that shot.
Now, which way is it? It's going this way.
Yep.
And
so right now it's flipping back and forth. It's taking different angle shots to come back and take that shot. So it's basically almost calibrating itself to take a shot. Yep. This is one reason why you don't really use this as a total station, even though it has similar capabilities, is because before it takes a shot, it's going to do this every time.
Once we're ready to scan, can I go out there so I can be in the scan?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I want to do a floor flatness first, and then when we scan, I'll let you do that.
My thing was I was going to lay out on the floor like they had, like the chalk drawn around you.
So this is like this case that we're using this for. Let's say the concrete wall.
Yep.
We coming out and just pour there's a dispute. Because this sees what the naked eye can't see.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, so we're green. It took that shot. That created our zero plane.
Yeah.
So now you're going to go to scan and collect, and you're just going to hit start.
So where would I see the light?
So you won't see that red light anymore, and you'll just see it scanning now.
Not too worried about the that staying
No. Could you tell us what the cost of something like this?
So this one is mid 40s, all in software, tablet, scanner, everything.
And that's one time cost.
Yep.
Because I know he said last night.
Well, there is a recurring cost with the software, the subscription. I think it's somewhere around $1,000 a year or something like that.
So when someone buys the package up front, do they get the first year at that cost?
Yeah, just move forward.
Yeah. And the nice part about this scanner as well, there's no yearly calibration for it. So there's no service fee, recurring service fee every year. So you don't have to worry about that. They do offer maintenance plans, things like that.
What causes it to go down?
Wear and tear is number one. If it takes a fall,
What
that could be a
about
problem? Rain, it's waterproof, or it's not water, it's water resistant. Yep. So if it gets wet, it's not the end of the day. You just let it air dry, and it's perfectly fine. But if you ever notice moisture in it, then we always recommend send it in. Let our technicians open it up, clean it, so none of that moisture hits any of the electronics, because that could be bad. That could fry your board.
So what's the lifespan?
Lifespan is if it's taken well care of and is maintained. Lifespan, I would say easily 5+ years easily.
Technology.
It depends on
is
use too.
Now, is this upgradable? Or is this fixed?
So all the upgrades, everything happen at the tablet and the software. Yep.
That's why it can last 5 years.
That's where everything changes. All right, so we've scanned. It's importing. And then we're not gonna have to accept the position this time. It's actually gonna pop into place because of where we shot that beam of light.
Okay. Now, how do we, let's say we're doing this and we walk in a facility, how are we stitching? Will we be on a continuous?
So yeah, you want to plan that out like we talked about earlier. You want to plan where your next positions are going to be. It's all about line of sight, what I need to capture, what's important. Those are big factors. So you're always kind of planning what's my next move, or I've already pre-planned that. I've walked the site, taken some notes, taken pictures, and I know what's important and where I need to go next.
That was quick.
Yep. All right, so we've scanned. Everything looks good here. We have to accept the position. Did that for us already. Squared our project up according to where we shot. So now we want to run the analysis on this. Okay, so to do that, we're going to go to scan and floor analysis.
I really thought that you had us here at the beginning of this track.
And it's going to level again because we're going to be able to use the laser pointer to point to high and low areas.
Oh, man. So what are these?
What are we looking at?
We're going to work with those here in just a second. So once it auto levels, then we're going to click this button here once that finishes. All right, so go ahead and click this. This is setting up our grid. And what we're going to do here is we're going to extract the floor area, okay? So you're going to hit the plus sign. And you see we have a section box here. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here and we're going to go to a side view. Okay, and then I'm going to pull this arrow down just a few inches above the floor. Okay, and then I'm going to go back to my top-down view and I'm pulling these areas in to just the area I want to work with.
Just keep, that's why
In this case, we're going to work with this strip right here.
it'll never crack.
Let me just-
You guys can do that.
I can see us. I can see the scanner.
Yep. All right, so we have minimum specs we got to meet. I think it's somewhere 320 feet. So that's the amount of data, the minimum amount of data that we need to analyze this. So we've exceeded that, so that's good. And I'm going to pull this down just a hair more, just to decrease that amount of data a little bit.
Save your tablet battery this time.
The tablet battery is full. All right, so we're going to utilize the full point cloud, okay? So we're using the full data. When we scan and it brings data over, we're only actually visualizing about 20-30% of the points. The full percentage of the points is on the SD card in the scanner. So we need to do items within the software to actually work with and visualize the full point cloud. And that just shows you the power of the software. It only needs 20-30% of the data to work with the stitch and register correctly. Okay. When we export, it's exporting 100% of the data. It's then taking that from the SD card, exporting that into our full project. Okay. All right. So now this looks good. So now we're going to extract the floor by hitting that little download button.
It's so intuitive too, though.
It is. All right, there we go. We've extracted the floor. Okay, so you see it cut us out, all the tables, all that. We're looking at just the floor surface now. So you can click that grid button again. And so this one will allow us to do those cut lines. So if we wanted to analyze the FFFL reports, we could create those cut lines and it'll generate a report for us. I don't know all the details of this report because I'm not in concrete, so we're going to skip this part, but this is how we would do it, is we'd create those cut lines, we'd keep hitting the plus sign, create another cut line, another one, you can even cross them, and then it's similar to the D-meter report. So,
Nice.
but the more important one here is the contouring, okay? So the contouring here is, number one, go to my pencil and paper. I'm going to use my elevation, okay? So it says negative quarter of an inch. That's because the floor surface itself, the scan surface, is a 1/4 inch lower than the point that we shot in as our reference. Okay, so the average of the data is a 1/4 inch lower.
Okay. So that's your fault line for
Yep,
good or bad.
absolutely.
Okay.
Um,
Oh yeah.
So our resolution is the grid we're going to create.
Okay.
So we're going to put that on like 3 feet. So just type in 3 feet there. There you go. And then feet right here. There you go. So that's 3 feet. And then we're going to change our tolerance, change it to 1/8 of an inch. So right here's the backspace. 1/8 an inch. Perfect. So your pencil and paper button again. Okay, and then you're going to click generate. And this is going to generate our grid, and it's going to create points at every 3 foot intersection. Okay, so we have now generated contours, and if we look at it in grayscale, there's my contours. I should be seeing, let's hit finalize here so we can see our points. Where's my contour? So everything may be on the same level. So let's do this. Let's trick it a little bit here. Let's put this at 0. Let's regenerate that.
Yeah, you'll probably see everything off a 1/4 of an inch. Or 1/8.
So why is it not generating? Oh, shoot.
Maybe the people that just that good.
Yeah, this is a flat floor here.
AI might put down this floor.
Yeah, let's click finalize. And so here, technically I can go back and aim, but it's not, there we go. So there's my So there's my area showing that what is high here. Okay, so I can click there, click aim, and that's going to show me with the laser pointer somewhere over in this direction. I think it's up here, right here. Just that area is high.
All right.
So now you can click another area. So and we'll come toward you over here. So if I click there and then click aim, it's going to turn and it's going to point that direction, showing you where this point is not over here. And actually, that area technically should be low. So it's not showing me all my. There's my other contours.
No, that blue is what?
The blue is low.
Low.
So
Red
if
is
I
high.
click on here, now if I hit aim, that should be. Yep. So there's the bottom of that slope, which is low.
And that should be right.
Yep.
Nice.
That's dope.
So you can see how this is useful in the field, right?
So if we had another point, let's say over there, it should be lower. What color would that be?
It's still going to be blue. It's just still indicating that. Now, the one thing we can look at though is when we finalize this, and I should be, let's go to more map. Let me make sure my points are on. They are on. It should be showing my point data. But when I come over here, everything's great. Let me see it 1 second here. Why is all that grayed out? I should be able to see my point data.